anything, under Jason real quick.
Alright.
So you wanna wait as far as the resolution and all of that? I'll just put that on hold.
Yep. Can we apply for the grant without,
That's what I
No,
was
because we
trying to
have to have the
know.
resolution in order to apply for the grant.
how specific does a resolution have to
Do you have to know in the grant
Let's see.
what we're doing? For example, do you have to
Yeah,
say
they're
this?
gonna ask for specifics on dollar amounts and what our project
application.
expenses and so forth, so.
I think that question could be answered real quick with a phone call to, I forget his name.
Jake?
Jake, yep. He can answer that one way or another, I would think.
On which one, Steve?
Applying for the grant,
On an open,
yeah.
okay.
be? Yeah, the resolution as it's presented does talk about a 2024 police squad car. It does specifically state it'd be for a new car. Do you have clarity on what you're doing moving forward, Chief?
I believe so.
Okay. All right, trade police assistance with other agencies, on C3.
So that is, asking for permission that with special activities or festivals going on, throughout the year, that you allow me to go outside of our jurisdiction and help other agencies with, their festivals, carnivals, fairs, etc., and vice versa, that other agencies will come in then to help us, like with June Fest, Fall Fest, those kind of festivals where we need extra manpower here for the day. So it'd be just trading instead of, we're not paying each other cities or anything, we're just trading labor for a day.
So we'll be working with surrounding communities like Pillager.
Pillager and Staples, basically, yep. We did that last year and it worked out really well. So I went over and helped Pillager with their county fair, and they had an officer come over and help during June Fest, and it was nice to have that extra help around here.
I'd make a motion to approve that.
I'll second that.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
All right, and then number 4, the restitution. We had some damage done to our squad last year from a subject that I arrested as he was kicking our squad door on the way down to the jail, which caused $2,692.87 in damages. He recently pled guilty to the charges as well as agreeing to pay the restitution. So I'm just asking that money would then be placed into my squad fund towards those expenses.
Where else would it go, or could it go?
Well, that's up to you guys, and if you want, you can put it in the general funds, but it was damage that was done to the squad, so I'm trying to keep it into the squad fund to pay for those kinds of things when we need it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Any other comments, concerns, or other business?
I do. I would be curious, because I see all these arrests on your report. If somehow in your reports that we can see, because I know Cody is doing, as well as yourself, a great job getting drugs off the street. If you can somehow put them in your report, what you're getting off the street, how much you're getting off the street, I think it would be good information to have.
Okay. Can certainly do that.
Anything else? Thank you. Public Works Department.
Page 20 is report. We made it again last month. As far as limits, not quite so sure it's gonna happen this month. We'll see. You don't have any questions on that? Or if you do. Not?
No.
Moving on, I see the, let's see, what's next on this thing? Well, pickup update, well, kinda heard we spoke for it, now we'll see if we get it, or when we get it, or whatever, they can't tell us anything yet. It's in the works, and we're on the list, so that's where we're at there. Meter replacement, we had a committee of Brian, Darcy, myself, and Pat. We looked over, it started out, the meters we have now are no longer being manufactured, so parts aren't available for them anymore. That brand quit making residential meters when the lead and copper stuff went into effect. So we're getting a few of them that need replaced or needing parts. We've been scavenging for a few years, but we're kind of getting down to the bottom of the barrel. So I was looking at getting pricing or figuring out what kind of meter we're going to go to next, so when I budget every year we can start buying them. Well, and we got this infrastructure funding last year that came through, and it was decided that at that time maybe we would put that money towards just replacing our meter replacement program. They're 20-year meters. They were purchased in 05, probably went in the 6 in that area. So they're getting up close. But anyways, that was the backstory of it. We set out for bids to get ideas on costs, and we got 4 responses, I guess, with several options. But long story short, the Millbank and Windwater came in low bid. But in talking to some of their references and stuff, a couple of them suggested maybe we'd want to upgrade from their basic reader to one that was mounting the truck if we're not going to go with the fixed network stuff, and that kind of drew the price out of it. By going to that, we're looking at a total cost. It's a step up from his lowest price, but $86,773, and then there's an $820 annual fee or software fees on that. So just talked to him the other day at the conference, and they're not going to be able to. They're going to have 2 price increases this year. He said another one within the next week or 2. Their first one within that. So I'm thinking we're probably smart to jump on board and lock this in. I think the infrastructure funding at like $72,000 that we could put towards this, so cuts our portion down drastically. And there was a $28,000 option to install, but with this lead and copper stuff where we have to verify what kind of pipes and stuff are coming out into the buildings anyways, it might be a good time for us to do it and save the money and just go ahead and do it ourselves, document what we need to document, and kill 2 birds with one stone. So that's where I'm leading for. I was hoping for you to be able to see that spreadsheet, and if you want to, I'll show you what I've got here. There's lots of numbers.
No,
It's tiny on here. Just, we had options. for this basic thing all the way to, I think it was one higher than this, 118. And then, we start collecting annual fees on some of them are $3,200 to $3,800 a year in ongoing expenses, so. So, that's where I'm at. I'm thinking maybe we should lock in on this and get it, it'll probably take another 6 months or so at least to get the meters anyways. But this particular one is a bronze meter versus a plastic one. It's an ultrasonic, which is supposed to be more accurate for the life of the thing. The one other perk that this company has that the other ones don't is we have had a few meters we just installed in the last 4 or 5 years. Their radios will fit onto them meters and still work. They won't have all the temperature and pressure sensors and stuff, but at least we can get the readings on them so we don't have to replace the whole meter. So it could be we could save a few dollars off that or have some stock of spare meters and that kind of stuff. But I like that feature. I don't like the ongoing 820, but everybody's got, unless you go with that basic one. What the one reference told me, it works really good. You drive around and then you go back to City Hall and see what read and what didn't read and go back and read the ones that didn't read. I thought, that sounds stupid. I want to see in real time what's reading before I drive back and forth to City Hall. So I think the upgrade is well worth it just to know where you're at while you're out there and about instead of going back and forth several times. So, or potentially several times, I guess.
I'd make a motion to approve as presented.
I will second it.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed, same sign. Hearing none, motion carries. Comments, concerns, any other business?
Nothing for me.
All right.
You guys got anything?
I was gonna say, when you were on vacation, I got all kinds of reports, calls that the streets have never looked so good.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
I did not get any.
Thank
I did not get any.
I'm
But I
happy.
will say, good job, Brian.
Sure. Absolutely.
I got sick going right now.
I couldn't ask for anything more.
More snow coming.
You know what that means,
Thursday and
Bruce? You
Friday.
just go on vacation more.
Yeah. I'm No. Let's see, how much time do I have? Wait, maybe I do have something else. No.
Admin department.
Okay, you have the water usage report in your packet. Water pump for this February, I guess that's 8,175,070. So a 2% difference. There's a surplus equipment application. Darcy told me I really didn't need to put that in there, but I'm getting all the signatures for those that would be on the signature card for the surplus equipment. Morrison County sent out a, what do you call it, a training memo for liquor serving, beverage serving. So I don't know if this is something that the Lions need to be aware of, or whoever does the serving for the beverages for June Fest.
The committee does, you find volunteers to do it, and then they're all trained, because I'm also
You're the
a trainer.
Okay, no problem then, we got that covered.
Okay.
I put this TC email service update. That's not gonna affect you at all. It's basically just a FYI, that they're gonna be doing some upgrades for the city. And then, I inadvertently left out, and even with the additions to the agenda, there was a, Morrison County, they have a hazard mitigation plan that they have been working on, and now at this point in time, they've gone through the comment period, so now they're looking for the council to approve The plan, it was online. I was gonna print it for you, but it was like 274 pages. So I didn't think that would be so wise. But it's basically, I think I put the resolution up there for you, Mike, to look at. I don't know if you want to read it, or if you want me to read it.
I can read it. A resolution adopting the all hazard mitigation plan.
Mhm.
Whereas the city of Motley has participated in the hazard mitigation planning process as established under the Disaster Mitigation Act of 2000. And whereas the act establishes a framework for the development of a multi-jurisdictional county hazard mitigation plan. And the act in a part of the planning process requiring public involvement, local coordination. It includes a risk assessment, including past hazards, hazards that threaten the county, estimate of structures at risk. Mitigation strategy, including goals and objectives and an action plan identifying specific mitigation projects and costs. Includes maintenance or implementation process, plan updates, integration of the plan and other planning documents. The plan has been shared with the Minnesota Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Management and federal emergency management agencies. An all hazard mitigation plan will make the county and participating jurisdictions eligible to receive FEMA hazard mitigation assistance grants. And it's a multi-jurisdictional plan, and sites and cities that participate in the planning process may choose also to adopt the county plan. That is it.
So we need a motion to approve that? I'll make a motion to do that.
Motion made, we have a second.
Second.
Second made, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Anything else? Thank you again for helping us navigate.
Well, I did what I could.
Good
Things
job.
were smooth,
Great.
that's good. Any old business? Hearing none. New business, June Fest Committee, page 29.
All right, so I'm going to be speaking on behalf of the June Fest Committee, or Motley Community Events Organization. Our president, Amy Brokachik, wasn't able to be here tonight. She asked me to speak for her. So we are planning on having another June Fest on June 17th this year. We've put in our application for the special event request and also an application for a temporary liquor license again. So we're asking for approval for those two from the city and also approval for waiving the fees as you guys have in the past. We'd also be asking for a donation, again, for the Motley Community Events to help put on June Fest and pay for a lot of the family activities that we provide. In the last couple of years, the city has donated $6,000 out of the 10% funds. So we're hoping that you guys would be able to provide us with that donation again.
Do we have an idea of how much money we have in that fund?
There's $32,332.
Jason, oh,
I was just gonna make a motion to approve as requested.
Do you have a question first?
I was just gonna ask you, I didn't quite hear it, raising the fees, what was that?
No, we were just asking that you would waive the fees for the
Okay.
special event permit and for the temporary liquor license.
Okay.
I'll second Matt Cat's motion.
And what amount did you say in the?
6,000.
6,000.
Motion, we have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. June Fest away.
Thank you very much.
You bet. Are you really gonna sing karaoke again this year or no?
I don't do karaoke.
All right, just checking. Public forum. You remember the public?
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're not done yet?
I forgot one thing on there. Also, I was wondering if we can get permission for the June Fest committee, Motley community events. In the past, the council has allowed city employees who are involved with the committee to help out and do some of the functions for June Fest while they're on city time if it's not interfering with our regular duties. So I'm just wondering if you guys are willing to allow us to continue to do that.
Thank you. Second. Approval? Motion? Yeah. All right, I'll make the motion that we allow the city employees to work on the clock, provided it's not outside of their normal duties or assignments.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none? Okay,
Thank you.
you bet.
Don't forget the gambling permit. Before you move.
Oh,
Line B.
it's gonna be one of the last pages.
Well, I don't have
You don't, that. Here, some
Lions
that. Oh,
Club
never mind, I'll
Motley.
look in your packet. Sorry.
Lions Club of Motley for a gambling permit during June Fest.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made for bingo,
I'll second that.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Bingo. Any new business? Not yet presented. Hearing none, public forum. Any member of the public wishing to be heard? Hearing none, council forum. Any council member voice comments or concerns brought to them by residents or employees?
Yeah, Brian, what's your daughter's name?
Callan.
Callie? It's good to see you at the council meeting. Keep coming, in a few years you can run for office. Nice you're here.
Elaine, I want to publicly thank you for being a part of our city for a brief time, but a needed time.
Yeah,
And
you're
it's
welcome.
important that our staff get to use their time to their benefits, their family and themselves, and that couldn't happen without you, so thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Anything else from the council? Upcoming meetings, planning and zoning, Wednesday, March 22nd, 6:30. Next regular council meeting, Monday, April 10th, 6:30. Board of Appeal Equalization, Friday, April 14th, 9 a.m. Citywide garage sales, that just looks wonderful. I hope the snow's gone by then, May 5th and 6th. We're on our way to the 6th most snowiest Minnesota. I think we're gonna skip over 7. Citywide cleanup day, Saturday, May 13th. And loss and safety control workshop, information March 29th in Alexandria, $20 per participant if interested.
All right, so just let me know.
Okay.
The planning and zoning 6:30, now is that a temporary time
Yes.
from the 5:50?
Yeah.
Jake accidentally put it in the hearing in the paper at 6:30.
Yeah, so we're just honoring that.
It'll go back to 5:15.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question on the citywide cleanup. Is that something that usually council members participate at, or who runs that? The employees?
You can if they want.
What, the employees?
I mean, the council can be there if they want to help.
It's usually if you
show
want
up,
to come
they'll get you
and
to work.
help and unload the trailers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was expected, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah,
I get rid of a lot of
They would
stuff.
like all the help they can get.
It's always fun.
I throw away a lot of my adult children's stuff I've had in storage for too many years.
So I should bring a trailer, is
You
what you're
got
saying,
it.
Mike?
A motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made, seconded by Pat. All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned at 7:40 p.m.
Good.
That's the right time, correct? Tell me it's not 8:40.
It's 7:40. I did change the clock.
There you go.
either, you wanna split them, or do you wanna?
Did you have work today?
A little bit. She
Sign
had,
checks.
she had danced.
Yeah,
Just
it's
I
fun.
pick her up and
Right on
drop
the
off the other dogs.
Yep, right on
Where do you
where
do
the-
that?
It says clerk
That's Peace Center and Circus.
That's awesome. Maybe you
Right
guys will,
right under my.
we usually dance in railroad, right? So you do Dream Festival, or is that?
No, we just do like one program.
Okay.
That's April.
Well, fine. That's great.